Hello all, welcome back to the final episode of FA Manager for the PlayStation 1 as part of the Not Football Manager series. A title I should have really said out loud a few times in that sequence before naming it that, because it doesn't really flow that well off the tongue now that I think about it. Now we are playing this. Okay, there is the manager. He is unlikely to be joined by any silverware this time around. If you've been watching through in sequence, firstly, thank you. I've been getting a lot of comments, a lot of people watching the older episodes, and it's great. Anyone who spends even a minute watching any of this, I'm like eternally grateful to you, because I never really expected anyone to watch this when I started making them. But we were up there, we were talking about, are we going to put a title challenge in? And we're not. Since I've started playing for this final session, I have absolutely cratered. If you want to talk about bottle jobs, this is it. So I'm just going to get rid of my face so you can see the full league table. So I've now lost 13 games. I have lost 5 of them in the last 7. I lost 4 in a row, and I've basically just been taken apart by like a who's who of like Premiership legends. I'm just going to find the fixtures because I found these right at the end of the last episode. I'm just going to scroll down. I'm going to show you this bloody run that I've been on. So there you are. Just lost 2-1 to Coventry. David May, of all people, scored a brace from that. I'm going to take you to where I jumped back in. So I finished Forest. I came back in here against Blackburn. 1-1. Didn't think that was a terrible result at the time. Got beat 2-1 by Man United. Paul Scholes got a brace in there. I then lost 2-1 to Middlesbrough, which effectively ended any chance I had at the title because it just put them far too clear of me. I forget who got their goals for them. They don't have a fantastic team. Jody Bloody Morris scored a brace past me, and I think Vialli added the third. I lost that. Dennis Bergkamp put Arsenal up within like 4 minutes, and then Overmars scored, and then Tamuri Ketsbaya, but Newcastle in the lead. I did put a little photo of this out on Twitter, a link, but Newcastle have added Solskjaer and Ryan Giggs to their team, so I don't know how they're not doing better. And then I've just lost to Coventry, as I said. So what was going to be the title challenge is now going to be a desperate attempt to cling on to 5th. So I'm in real danger of I'm probably not going to catch Everton because they're 4 points ahead of me. I've got Liverpool last game of the season, who you saw were 1 point behind Middlesbrough. I'm still enjoying this, but it's become very, very real and very, very stressful. So here is my preferred lineup. I'm going with this. Heskey and Gale have hit some form, or had hit some form, at least goal scoring wise. But everything else is just cratered. And I am generally annoyed. If you ever wondered, can't even speak now, what annoyed Kev is like, this is it. Still like the game. Loving the few people that have been finding the earlier episodes and stuff like that, talking about what they like about it. So let's have a look at Southampton. What have they got? They've got Paul Jones in goal, Frank Sinclair, Ludwig Van, Telfer, Marshall, Oakley, Hughes, Beresford, Cashilal, who was Moroccan, I could never pronounce that, Egil Ostenstead, and then Patrick Berger. So they grabbed Berger. I was interested in him. And I'm 1-0 down, so it's just fitting the tone. So who's got that? Marshall. Was that Simon Marshall, Stuart Marshall? I can't remember now. Yeah, like I said, the transfer window is closed, but players are still being added to it. Patrick Vieira was added to it. Could have done with him. I've reached the stage now where I'm so annoyed and antsy I can't get comfortable. Oh, what am I going to do? I'm going to bring Foe on at half-time if it's as long as I'm still in this at the time. I'm going to take off Ardley. I wished I could go in there and scream at them. Still getting the same 6,000 crowd though. I'm going to bring Yule on for Effin. I'm back in. Who is that? So it's Stan Lazaridis. I've got to win this game. There's no other way about. There's no other way about it. There is not a chance with the run that I'm on that I will beat Liverpool. Thank God for that. I've not even seen who scored that. I'm going to fire off. It's Heskey, isn't it? Because I can see his name in the stats. I'm going to fire on John Hartson. Let's get to the scores. Oh, it's Lazaridis. I'm looking at the shots. I thought that was goals. So Lazaridis with a double. Good save, Sullivan. Come on, ref. Blow the whistle. That's a great cut back. He's whipped that over. And he's headed it out. Is this going to be a corner? It's going to be a corner.
And that's an easy clearance there for the defender. And the shot comes in.
Oh, come on. Come on, ref. Get your bloody whistle out. Tapping me watch. This is a smart watch. I imagine if I looked at the stress and the heart rating now, it would be higher than where it was before I loaded this bloody save. This was supposed to be my triumphant. Oh, remember the guy who won the Premier League with Wimbledon on the PlayStation 1, on the game whose name he kept forgetting? No, that's not going to be happening, is it? So there we are. Got that win. Let's see where that puts us. I'm interested, though, to know what happens at the end. So I always find these end episodes a bit kind of strange in the sense that when I finish the final game, that's not the final episode. I like to kind of see what happens. Do you get any messages? Does the season just roll on? Do you get any more money? And I don't want to put that on its own episode because it's not really worth the time. But there we are. So going into the final day, Liverpool have now snatched the lead. So they're on 79 points. Middlesbrough 78. Massive gap back to Man United, who've snuck all the way up to third. Probably propelled on by selling Ryan Giggs and buying Stuart Castledine off of me. Everton snuck above me, 62 points. So like I said, I'm not going to catch them too many points behind now. There I am, 5th place, Wimbledon. Would have been a monumental achievement at the start of the year. If I throw this away now, it's gonna seem like a massive waste, massive bottle job. So I'm 58 points. Chelsea on 55. I've got better goal difference than them, and I have scored more. So I'm hoping, even if I lose, I should still hold that fifth spot. They've got Coventry who beat me, but I don't know. A 3-0 defeat for me, a big win for either of those two, like they had against me, Chelsea, for example. I could slip out of that spot. So we've got Leeds, Villa. Let's have a look all the way down. Let's keep going down. I can't remember who went down in this year. I know I did check it before. So at the minute we've got Charlton. They're way gone, aren't they? Look at that. You've got Forest, who are also gone, and then you've got Derby. So it is between final day of the season. Look at this. You've got between Derby, West Ham, Spurs, and Southampton. All could still go down. Leicester technically, but there's so many teams there that's unlikely. So I wonder who those guys are playing. So we will check that as well at the end. Here we go. So Charlton down, weren't they? Derby have got Chelsea. That's not great for me. Coventry have got Leeds. We've got Liverpool. Spurs have got Man United. That's not fantastic for them, is it? So let's have a look. Let's see how we get on. So it's the last game of the season. It's defaulted to, because they brought Hartson on. Let's bring Gale back in. I'm gonna leave Yule there. I'm gonna leave Heskey there. Everything else is gonna be the same. I am going to take Vivian Vore off though and bring in Kerry Hughes. Dan Lazaridis obviously staying in. Guys potentially put us in for the best ever finish that we've ever had. Here we go. So thank you if you're still watching and you've watched through every minute. If you have, let me know and I'll give you a shout out in the next series. So, very uneventful first half. other than Robbie Fowler sliding one in past the goalkeeper. Let's have a look at the stats. They've only had one shot, according to this. Yeah, I'm all over them. I'm going to bring on Kennedy. I know it's on the wrong side, but let's bring him on for Hughes. And let's bring Hartson on for Yule. I felt like when we did that, good things happened last time. Oh, it's over. End of the year. What an anticlimactic end to the season. Right. I'm not going to check the stats because almost nothing happened. So Liverpool, congratulations. If you're a Liverpool fan out there watching and it's important to you that they won the Premier League on FA Manager 90... No, it's just FA Manager, isn't it? The PS1 in 99. Then there you go. How did Middlesbrough do? Middlesbrough won. They're going to be livid. They have absolutely thrown that away. They've been top near enough this entire series. So let's have a look. Liverpool, Premier League champions, 82 points. We've held on. Okay. I've done it. Take that, Chelsea. So Coventry didn't win. Chelsea have won, obviously, because they've caught me. But have not gone above me. So I've done enough work earlier in the season with my goal difference and my wins that I've done it. Derby have gone down. Looks like Spurs either got a 1 or got a point because they've pulled themselves away. So Charlton, Forest, Derby gone. Liverpool top, Middlesbrough, Man United, Everton, Wimbledon, Chelsea, Coventry, Sheffield Wednesday. Sheffield Wednesday, real big jump there, haven't they? So let's have a look at some info. Let's have a look at the league's top scorers. So look, Dwight York got 21. Sinetti, I remember he scored past me because I had no idea who he was. 18. Shearer, 18. Fowler, who scored past us. Solskjaer at Newcastle. Still can't believe they're not further up. Kevin Davies was the guy who fired that goal in for me against me in the draw. Sturridge not being able to help Derby despite his 14 goals. Some great names there. Look, they've got that Middlesbrough trio: Ricard, Maddison, Armstrong, who's propelled them on to second place even. But I mean, Alan Moore, again, not even sure who he is. He's hit 12 goals, so they've been on fire, haven't they? Anelka, didn't see him against me. So there we go. Let's see who's wins the Cup Winners' Cup. Let's have another couple of clicks on. Then I'll do a roundup. So you might see some of this, you might not. So there we are, just a little message. The current season has come to a close. The next season commences on Friday, August 6th, 1999. 99. So I think that is it. The UEFA Cup seems to be 2 legs. Don't remember that ever being a thing, but you know, it is. So I don't even know who's won that. I don't even know where you would go to apply for the manager of Walsall. I don't know where the jobs are. So let's just the European Cup. So maybe the UEFA Cup was 2 legs, and this is what we would consider the Champions League, which has maybe been won by Marseille, unless this is also 2 legs on the game for some reason. Right, so here we are. We've got the playoffs. We've got Birmingham City versus Sunderland, Ipswich versus Wolves, and then I'm not going to go through the other ones. Although it is interesting to see Cardiff in Division 3, along with Brighton. They would have been interesting teams to have had come out for this game. I think that's it. Isn't it? So it's just going to play on. Once the playoffs are done, I presume it's just going to jump through. I wonder if we can buy anyone again. Though sadly, Patrick Vieira is no longer on there. Haaland is there though. So I feel like 17 wins, 7 draws, 14 losses, 53 scored, 48 against, 58 points is a real decent return for Wimbledon in this era. Only a couple of years after this was when they were relegated, and then they had all their issues with the MK Dons and the changing and all of that before like phoenixing and coming all the way back up. But like, it's probably unlikely we're going to see them ever back in the Premiership. So we're already on July in the game. It doesn't look like anything is going to happen. We're just going to move on. So just a thank you from me. Like I said, I'm grateful for anyone who has watched even a second of any of these series, or if you've enjoyed them. And I did do this episode this time where I didn't have my face on, didn't have any comms on, because like I said, some people are after that. In the back channels where it shows us the analytics, I see people will search for stuff with like no comms or just playthroughs. So I will continue to mix them in. We are going to be back though. We're going to be playing a game that isn't a manager game next, just to be able to get through a series very quickly. But then we're going to be moving on to something different and then getting back to some of the LA manager games. So thank you very much.